The world has changed a lot during the recent period. We all have overcome a hard way, and now have to restore everything that had been built. So we should remember that every person is the whole history. Let us look at these people closer. During coronavirus, our activity was changed greatly. All towns' libraries were placed in quarantine.
First of all, virtual learning has come into our life. We have mastered this new form of work. Much bureaucracy has been added to our school life.
In general, studying has become much more complicated than usually. I stayed up later. Only tests were a bit easier. In whole, the life has become much more difficult.
We had to spend more time at the computer to master new programs.
My duties include coordination of the local COVID staff's work, so the considerable part of the time was devoted to struggle against corona, to coordination of medical services work, shopping centers, commercial and municipal institutions' activity under emergency circumstances. The main change touched all performances that stopped, and the work for the audience stopped as well. For some period, rehearsals also ceased.
The most valuable issue for us is our staff. However, we couldn't meet.
During pandemic period, volunteers helped us a lot and worked with us. Thanks to municipal department, we collected food sets and delivered them to all needy citizens. Fund.Rus provided us with bags with food and distributed them among low-income groups. It was difficult without meeting colleagues. Everything moved to the phones.
After the lockdown had been announced, the foodstuffs rose in price.
Before lockdown, we hadn't been friendly with the computer, but we had to get familiar with it. We learned everything and it provided communication. My telephone didn't fall silent and could ring anytime.
I got afraid of going out. I got used to wearing masks and took hygiene into consideration.
Now I have masks in my every pocket. I wash my hands more often than usually.
Lack of private communication was an essential change. In our profession, contacts are the most important part, as we are used to having individual classes with a teacher and a student together.
It was the strongest psychological burden. My colleagues and I appeared in the state of often uncomfortable decisions. They were necessary to save people's health and lives. There was a period when I had a lot of free time, but after a long term without work, it appeared in a bigger volume. It caused shortage of time.
Anyway, it is mask wearing, especially in all public places. Perhaps it will stay with us for a long time. Of course, I will wash my hands more often and use disposable gloves.
Private communications have become rare. I'm afraid it will stay longer.
We always wash our hands. I won't wear a mask when the lockdown is over. I'm not going to wear gloves.
Restrictive measures allowed to master some new technologies. I hope it will stay with us as a positive moment. I'd like to avoid all routine aspects.
Well, the mask is a part and parcel. I can't imagine in what conditions it may be taken off and how we can do without it. Mask is a habit.
Perhaps I will wash my hands more often than before.
I think we'll get rid of this habit. It won't be difficult.
I had no routine. Their stories are tiny lives of the mankind, but of great importance. They all have made peculiarities of the recent time.